Once, there was a peaceful village where the inhabitants lived happily, harmonizing with nature, known for its tranquility and beauty. However, a terrifying event struck the village abruptly. One day, the villagers started vanishing one by one. Initially, it was just a few people going missing, and it was thought to be an isolated incident. However, as time went on, more and more people disappeared, and fear began to spread. On a particular day, an eerie fog engulfed the village, obscuring visibility and bringing forth horrifying events. The villagers claimed to hear unfamiliar voices and witness eerie shadows within the fog. Yet, these voices and shadows would vanish without a trace. According to the lone survivor, who later emerged from the village, something seemed to lurk within the mist. The villagers grew convinced of its presence, and terror and unease gripped them. Amidst the despair, the villagers attempted to flee the village, but the fog blocked their way. Unable to escape, the village slowly faded into the mist. The people were never seen again. In hindsight, it was revealed that the village was destroyed by an ancient curse. The land upon which the village was built harbored ancient mystical forces, and it was this curse, brought forth by the sins and atonement of the villagers, that erased the village from existence. One day, the peaceful village was struck by a series of unsettling events. The residents began to vanish mysteriously, one after another. Initially, it was just a few individuals who went missing, and the idea that this could extend across the entire village seemed unfathomable. However, as time passed, more and more people started disappearing, spreading fear throughout the community. It all began with an eerie fog that crept into the village. This dense mist impaired visibility, shrouding the village in an unsettling haze. Within the fog, the residents claimed to hear unfamiliar voices and see unsettling shadows. However, these voices and shadows would vanish as quickly as they appeared, leaving behind an air of unease. As the disappearances continued and the fog persisted, an inexplicable sense of dread hung over the village. Whispers of an unseen presence within the fog circulated among the residents, heightening their fear and anxiety. The village was gripped by terror, and the sense of community that once thrived began to crumble. The inhabitants, desperate to escape the encroaching horror, attempted to flee, but the fog seemed to have a malevolent grip on them. The village slowly began to vanish, and its residents were never seen again. An eerie fog descended upon the village, shrouding it in a cloak of uncertainty and fear. Visibility diminished as the residents grappled with the inexplicable events. People began to hear unfamiliar voices and witness unsettling shadows within the mist. However, these voices and figures would vanish as swiftly as they appeared, leaving behind an unsettling emptiness. The residents spoke of an enigmatic presence lurking within the fog, adding to their growing sense of dread. What was once a tranquil village had transformed into a haunting realm where the ordinary seemed distorted and the familiar turned ominous. The fear escalated as the fog seemed to whisper secrets that chilled their souls, making it nearly impossible to distinguish reality from imagination. As the village plunged deeper into this disconcerting phenomenon, the residents sought answers, yet none were to be found. Each attempt to pierce the mysteries of the fog only resulted in heightened anxiety and a mounting feeling of being watched. The mist played tricks on their minds, filling them with paranoia and a sense of impending doom. It became clear that this was no ordinary weather phenomenon, it was a malevolent force that had taken hold of their once peaceful abode. In the midst of despair, a sole survivor from the village recounted an eerie tale. According to this survivor, there seemed to be a lurking presence within the fog. The villagers grew convinced of this entity's existence, plunging them further into fear and anxiety. The survivor described whispers heard within the mist, and eerie shadows glimpsed fleetingly. However, these unsettling phenomena vanished as mysteriously as they appeared. As the fog thickened, the survivor felt an oppressive atmosphere, laden with an unexplainable malevolence. The survivor attempted to escape the village, joining others in their desperate flight. However, the fog seemed to thwart their efforts, blocking their exit. Panic spread as the village gradually disappeared into the shroud of fog. The survivors were engulfed, never to be seen again. In hindsight, it was revealed that the village met its demise due to an ancient curse. The land upon which the village was built harbored mystical forces from ancient times. The curse, triggered by the villagers' transgressions and the need for redemption, erased the village from existence. The incident serves as a haunting reminder, cautioning people about the ancient forces and their terrifying repercussions. It stands as a perpetual warning, urging humanity to respect the ancient mysteries and avoid tampering with powers beyond their understanding. In the depths of despair, the villagers attempted to flee the encroaching horror, but a thick fog stood in their way. They were trapped, and the village gradually vanished within the fog. The terror and anxiety held them tightly, their frantic attempts to escape futile. As they tried to escape, a lone survivor witnessed an ominous presence lurking within the fog. The villagers became convinced of its existence, and fear and unease gripped them. In the end, they were all trapped. The fog enveloped the village completely, and soon, it began to fade away. The village vanished, leaving no trace behind, and its people were never seen again. The village was lost, consumed by an ancient curse. It was revealed later that the land on which the village stood was imbued with mystical ancient forces. The curse, born from the sins and atonement of the villagers, had obliterated the once peaceful village. In the aftermath, it became clear that the village's destruction was the result of an ancient curse, a stern warning to all, a reminder of the terrifying repercussions of meddling with the ancient and mystical forces that lie dormant in this world. A lesson to respect the past and its arcane mysteries, lest we too face the wrath of forgotten powers. It was later revealed that the village was doomed by an ancient curse. The land on which the village was built held an ancient mystical force, and the curse, triggered by the sins and atonement of the villagers, consumed the village. The origins of this curse dated back to a forgotten era, tied to a deity long lost in the annals of time. Generations ago, the village had fallen victim to greed and cruelty, leading to an unforgivable transgression against the natural balance. The curse, a lingering malevolent energy, lay dormant until the villagers' deeds reignited its wrath. The sins of their ancestors had echoed through time, shaping the destiny of the once idyllic village. The curse's nature was an embodiment of vengeance, seeking retribution for the wrongful actions of the past. It manifested through the enigmatic fog, a harbinger of doom that shrouded the village. As the villagers tried to escape the curse's clutches, they unwittingly became agents of their own demise. The tale of the Vanishing Village stood as a stark reminder, a cautionary tale to all who would tamper with ancient forces. It emphasized the importance of respecting the past, for the consequences of disturbing the ancient slumber could be catastrophic, leaving only whispers of a lost civilization behind. The harrowing events revealed a grim truth: the village fell victim to an ancient curse. The land upon which the village stood held an enigmatic, ancient power, and the curse, a consequence of the residents' sins and atonement, engulfed the village, erasing it from existence. This incident serves as a stark reminder, a cautionary tale about the potent and terrifying influence of ancient forces. It has etched itself into the collective memory of the survivors, a story to be passed down through generations. A warning, urging people to respect the enigmas of the past, to tread carefully around ancient mysteries and their potential wrath. The remnants of the Vanishing Village lie as a testament, a chilling example of the consequences that befall those who disregard the unknown. It implores humanity to learn from the shadows of the past and to approach ancient artifacts and sacred grounds with reverence and caution. For in the depths of history and myth, in the folds of forgotten time, there exist powers beyond comprehension, powers that demand respect, lest they manifest their wrath upon those who dare to disturb their slumber. This is a warning etched in the very fabric of the universe, urging us to heed the lessons of the Vanishing Village and the darkness that swallowed it whole.